Cravings are not always a willpower problem, and that matters because the wrong question creates the wrong solution. Most people ask, how do I stop eating sugar? But a better question is, what happened before the craving arrived? Because the chocolate at night may have started hours earlier. A weak meal, a stressful day, poor sleep, sluggish digestion, hormonal timing, or a fasting routine that looks disciplined on paper but leaves the body underfed. Same craving, different reason, different herbs. By the end of this video, you will know how to read the pattern instead of fighting the symptom. Start with the craving that feels urgent. You are fine, then suddenly you need something sweet. Not later. Now. Maybe you feel shaky, foggy, impatient, or strangely emotional. That is often not the moment to reach for more discipline. It is the moment to look backward. Did you break your fast with a real meal or with coffee and something tiny? Did that meal include enough protein, fiber, minerals, healthy fat, and enough food to actually carry you? For many adults, a clean daily fasting window can be a useful part of the strategy. It gives the digestive system a break and prevents constant grazing. But fasting is not the same as underfeeding. If the eating window is short, the meals inside it need depth, because a body that receives too little during the day often asks for quick energy at night. That is where certain herbs may fit. Cinnamon is a gentle starting point when sweet cravings travel with unstable blood sugar. Fenugreek adds a different angle. Its fiber-rich, mucilaginous nature can support fullness and a slower digestive curve. Gymnema is more specific. It may reduce the perception of sweetness, so sweet food feels less rewarding. Bitter melon belongs in a stronger metabolic picture: heaviness, sluggishness, high sugar tendency, and excess. These are not random, craving herbs. They are tools for a specific pattern, and if you use insulin or glucose-lowering medication, do not stack them casually. Get professional guidance. But here is the twist. Not every night craving is asking for energy. Sometimes it is asking for relief. You held tension all day. Messages, pressure, noise, decisions, emotions. Then the day finally gets quiet, and the craving appears. The body is not always asking for food. Sometimes the nervous system is asking for a brake pedal. That changes the herbs completely. Lemon balm can fit when stress and digestion travel together. Passion flower when the mind keeps looping. Skullcap when the nerves feel worn down and overstimulated. Chamomile when the whole system feels irritated and tight. And reishi can make sense when cravings sit inside a bigger pattern of stress, poor sleep, inflammation, and low resilience. These herbs are not appetite suppressants. They may help reduce the state that keeps sending you to the pantry. Sometimes the craving protocol begins before the craving. Now add sleep. Poor sleep makes reward foods louder. After a short or broken night, fast energy looks more attractive. Hunger can feel sharper, and coffee usually enters the story. Then the fast becomes harder, the first meal gets weaker, stress rises faster, and the evening craving feels almost inevitable. This is why the solution is rarely one capsule. It is rhythm repair, a clean fasting window, a strong first meal, a satisfying second meal, earlier caffeine cutoff, no late-night compensation, sleep herbs only when they match the person. Lemon balm, passion flower, chamomile, skullcap, hops, or valerian may each fit a different sleep pattern. The goal is not to knock the body out. The goal is to restore rhythm. Now let's talk about the craving that appears after a meal. You ate, but you still want something sweet. You are not exactly hungry, but you feel heavy, bloated, foggy, slow, or unsatisfied. That craving may be saying, the meal went in, but the energy did not arrive. This is where digestion matters. If bile flow is weak, stomach function is sluggish, motility is slow, or constipation is part of the picture, the answer may be digestive support. Bitters can be very useful here. Artichoke leaf, dandelion root, gentian, schisandra, barberry, ginger when the pattern is cold and sluggish. Bitters help prepare digestion. They can support secretions, bile flow, motility, and the liver-gallbladder rhythm. But here is where herbalism becomes more precise. If the gut is burning, raw, acidic, loose, or irritated. Stronger bitters may be the wrong first move. That gut may need soothing before stimulation. Marshmallow root, chamomile, flax, chia, plantain leaf, slippery elm, sometimes tremella as a moistening mushroom food direction. Same dessert craving, different gut, different strategy. Now there is one more pattern people misread: the healthy craving. The person fasts, eats clean, avoids snacks, and still loses control at night. But when you look closely, the plan is not nourishing. It is restrictive. One small meal, too little protein, no satisfying starch, too much coffee, too little recovery. The fast is not the problem. The feeding strategy is incomplete. Fasting creates space. Herbs support the system. But food still has to rebuild the body. For many adults, 2 deeply nourishing meals inside a focused eating window may work far better than grazing all day. But those meals cannot be decorative. They need enough protein, fiber, minerals, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates when the person needs grounding. Now for women, timing adds another layer. If cravings rise predictably before the period, that is not random weakness. It is useful information. Some women need a slightly softer fasting window, more mineral-rich food, steadier meals, less caffeine, and stronger nervous system support during that phase. Depending on the full picture, herbs such as lemon balm, chamomile, skullcap, vitex, or gentle liver support may be considered. The point is not to force the same plan every day of the month. The point is to read the phase. So here is the map. If the craving is urgent and shaky, think metabolic stability. If it follows stress, think nervous system regulation. If it follows poor sleep, repair the rhythm. If it follows a heavy meal, support digestion. If the gut is irritated, soothe before stimulating. If it rises before the period, adjust for timing. If it comes after restriction, nourish more deeply inside the eating window. That is the difference between suppressing a craving and understanding it. Willpower is not useless, but it works much better when the body is not fighting you from 5 different directions. The goal is not to snack all day. The goal is not to fear hunger. And the goal is not to chase one magic herb. The goal is a clean rhythm, deep nourishment, and the right herbs for the right pattern. Pattern first, herb second.
The Herbalist.